Good evening, everyone. Little impromptu reading based on some activity I had today. Actually, had a friend give me a reading, and this Incan Cross or Chakana, and I hope I'm not butchering that name, kind of came up in my reading. And in some aspects, you can look at it as a bridge into higher levels of thinking, higher levels of existence, whatever you want to call it. So decided to break out my popsicle sticks and put one together and see what energies I could pull out of it using the 12 rights of creation, which there's three per corner. I mean, basically, the Chakana itself is just another version of a Southern Cross or many other things, except for it has a lot of dimensionality tied into it. You know, the center and then each pyramid, which forms triangles, yada, 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 a bunch of good stuff. Not trying to be funny, but there's a lot of energy tied into it and a lot of history and a lot of metaphysics that you can work out of this. It has 12 principles. So I'm going to go through what I see for each principle based off of what the cards that I shuffled and drew. All right, the first one is love. So remember, these are sacred rights of creation that you need to combine or at least be aware of to have a balanced existence. So what we need to be addressing concerning love is the Dream Walker in reverse, which deals with dreams and the collective good and illusions. Key point being illusions. With it being in reverse, it's a time to lose the illusions. One of my good friends calls this card, the Dreamwalker card is the zombie card. And I think most of us pretty much can say that we pretty much living in the zombie apocalypse. You got people buying into shit that they don't need to buy to. You got people chasing shit they don't need to chase. You got people who are just straight up immoral. And all that is based under the illusion of what we've been calling love. Um, Again, I'll get on my soapbox about how I think the heart chakra is not your love center. I think it is your attachment center, and that we on this 3D level have not learned love because love is unconditional. We love through attachment, so we love through our heart. You haven't made it to your thymus, your higher heart. So we are living under illusion and placing that label of love on things, and then we act the fuck up when it goes crazy. So we need to work on love, break that illusion, and stop acting like zombies. Moving on to the second card is the value of trust. That card is the sacred union in reverse, and sacred union has to deal with partnerships and romance. It's a direct reflection of love because we have not been taught proper love and we have not been living love properly. Then we have not been honoring sacred unions, and that goes beyond just saying marital issues or things like that. This is sacred union of humanity. We don't value each other, and then you get people who get caught up in systems of they rather value the life of an animal more than they would their fellow human. And that's not to get into saying that you shouldn't value all life, but you have plenty of people who sit on the soapbox and think that because they have animal rights concerns but they ain't got human rights concerns, that they shit don't stink. But I'm not gonna go in there. Check yourself on that, however you want to handle that. That'll go into this next one, which is the connections card. And the card I drew for that is the Spiral Dancer in reverse, which has to deal with circuitous routes and perception. Kind of like what I was just saying. It's easy for a lot of us to trick ourselves into thinking that we're farther along or we're better off on this existence than we truly are. If you look at the card itself, this, energy being right here is wielding energy, and she's keeping it in motion and in flow in a consistent fashion of honoring all aspects of the universe. We are kind of like disconnected right now. We flow wherever we feel like we need to be flowing to. We kind of work outside of divine order, and you can tie that into free will, chaotic will, whatever you want to, but our connection is disconnected, and our perceptions are screwed up. Going into area 3, which is your acknowledge card, what we need to acknowledge is the Phoenix in reverse. The Phoenix deals with resurrection, a surrender to change. This is a gift that has been given to us. This isn't a true reversal. This is a what's on the table for us right now. This year itself, 11, and looking at the card, it's a 29. Add that together, that's an 11. The 2 is a reflection of yourself. That 9 is your highest vibration, karmic lessons, endings, however you want to call it. Add that together, you get an 11, which is illumination. Illumination as in a bright fire. No fire is brighter than a Phoenix's fire. It burns, it eliminates, it resurrects, it rejuvenates. We should be doing that right now. Get rid of what no longer serves you, keep it moving, sing the Phoenix song, and fly out. Moving on to the fifth one, you have the protection area. What we need to be aware of as far as protection, not only of self but of existence, is what is this? The camel boy. The camel boy in reverse deals with small steps and asking for help. As far as protection, this is a duality. A lot of people running around here saying, you know, my ancestors got me, my ancestors fuck you up for fucking with me. That's ego level shit from my perspective. Yeah, they're here for us. Yeah, these deities, these energies, these aspects that we call on will assist us. But 9 times out of 10, the attacks we perceive are coming from ourselves. We are taking small steps towards a higher sense of evolution because we still carry the same damages and taints. If something fall off your shelf in your house, next thing you know, you're ready to grab your herbs, your stones, your grimoire, whatever, and you want to go do some magic shit because you're always perceiving that somebody is attacking you, and it's not always an attack; it's just existence. So, with this Camel Boy card, it is what it is. Just, you know, stop thinking that you need to be protected and that you need to be in a position of asking for help to do everything, because the help is already here, but you need to learn to help yourself. So in a sense, it's a savor yourself card, and stop thinking that everybody fucking with you, because it's really us fucking ourselves over. Going over into the awareness card, more of the same energy. The altar priestess, preparation, prayer, sacred ritual. As far as your awareness, you can gain a sense of awareness of self by spending time with higher aspects of the universe. And I'm not, you know, this is, see it how you fit. If it works out for you, it works out for you. If it don't, it don't. If you are a Orisha follower, or if you are an angelic practitioner or Hindu practitioner, anything on that level, if you spend some actual time focusing some energy into these aspects that we calling on, you may get some results. So prepare yourself when you go to them. I was asking this question myself earlier. You know, when was the last time I fed my deities? Okay, I fed Oya last week. When was the last time I fed Oshun and Eshu and Oba and Ogun and everybody else? If you're going to put yourself in a state of thinking that, okay, I need to feed them on that level, you also need to be aware of feeding them on a spiritual level too. It's all good to cook for them and put shit on the altar and clean it off and put fresh water, but are you giving them fresh energy from yourself? Are you sitting there and are you having these conversations with yourself that would pertain to them and what you require of them and what you perceive to be required of you for them? So that altar priestess, if she's going to be the priestess and control that altar, she needs to put in the work. And we need to put in the work for asking these aspects to do things for us. We need to be able to do some things for ourselves. So again, to tie into the Camel Boy, save yourself. I got to cut this video short, so I'm going to move a little faster. The happiness card is Gaia's Garden. With Gaia's Garden, you're dealing with fruition, abundance, and reaping what you sow. But this is in reverse, but again, this is a gift. Gaia's Garden is open to us. I've said this plenty of times. Look at nature right now. Nature will bloom out what the prevalent issue is. So if you see a lot of like elderberries and mimosa trees and magnolia trees, those are depression type herbs. That's Mother Earth, Gaia, saying, here's what you need. My garden's open to you. Why don't you pull from me instead of trying to pull from unnatural shit? So with Gaia's Garden, happiness can be found by getting your ass out into nature. Cut it short. Going over to passion, the Word Lord. If you've been watching me with this deck, the Word Lord comes up. That's because it is the master communicator. The premise for being in 3D existence is your throat chakra. You manifest your existence through your throat chakra. That is your word. And in the beginning, there was, say it with me, the Word. Not going to go that much into it. So you need to be passionate about what you're speaking. Be monitoring and mindful of your communication. Stop being dishonest with yourself. Stop being dishonest with others. And stop injuring and lying to your soul. Going on to number 10, the expression card. It is the Eagle King in reverse. The big picture, angelic help. And in the sense of expression, you know, these are things that are being offered to us. We have the big picture being open to us. It's just whether we want to open up to the big picture. And this video might get too long, but I'm going to keep going with it anyway. So just be mindful of that. With the Eagle King is, as far as expression, things are being offered to us to help us express ourselves beyond this mundane level that we've been taught to fear. You know, you are open to your gifts. You are open to spirituality. You're open to the occult, the metaphysics, and all these other labels that we put on natural existence. It's open to us, so take it. Moving up to number 10, which is responsibility. You have the winged wise ones, more angelic help, miraculous aid. I mean, look at it. The winged wise ones. It's time for us to let our wings, our own personal wings, come back out and soar back to that level of existence that we fell from. Look at each one of us as a fallen angel. We fail, we need to get back up, we need to get back on our perch, we need to get back on whatever it is, and we need to aid ourselves, but we also need to understand that there are things above and beyond us that can help us, because they're only older manifestations of ourselves that are in remembrance of what we tend to forget. And if that don't resonate with you, my apologies. Going on to number 11, productivity. The Rainbow Prince, compensation and perseverance. The best thing that you can get out of being productive is see a return in your work. So when you feel like you're being productive and you get compensated, you put in that work. You did that manifestation work, and now your abundance ritual or whatever kind of ritual you did starts paying off dividends. Then you get a sense of perseverance, and you get that compensation, and then you get that glory like we see after a storm, that rainbow. That's a confirmation that everything's going to be okay. And the final thing is present. This can be seen as a duality. This could be as in present, as in what you need to present to others, and it could also be seen as a present, as in what's your reward. It is the High Lady of love and compassion in reverse. Compassion, compassion, compassion. Compassion will open you up to love, because it will take you out of this zombie mode, this false sense of love we have, better known as attachment. And by being compassionate, it will open you up to love. When somebody do you wrong, show them compassion quicker than you show them anger, hate, and bitterment. And that will teach you what true love is. That is an offering that is on us. I mean, because you have to be aware that kindness and consideration will get you further than, again, those bitter and anger energies. So once again, this was a Chakana, Incan Cross. Hope that resonated with you. If it did, my apologies. Peace and love.